One of the myths is that if you take art class, you're going to be an artist.
Exactly.
I mean, that's one of the big myths is, art class leads to you being an artist. So you're either good at art or you're not good at art. And if you're not good at art, then why should you take art class?
There are two things that we're working on at Vanderbilt. We're working on a longitudinal study looking at graduates of about 40 art schools to find out over time what the impact of arts training is on their lives and their careers. Right. Not only those working in the arts, but in general. We don't have the hard evidence yet to show what kind of connections exist. We're also developing, we just launched this year a program in creative entrepreneurship and public service that has as a goal making Vanderbilt a more creative campus. Now, that said, the brand name is there, Creative Campus. The content is still a little bit vague, but we're working to actually model activities and engagements for students that what we hope reverses is an anecdotal trend, which is that they're less creative when they leave, that they come in all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to try anything, and after 4 years they just learn how to write an A- paper. It's being worked on, but there are a lot of our evidence and anecdote works well within the arts, but it's often less compelling when we go out and talk to psychologists, economists, and so on. So there's work to be done.
I think that's a very important aspect of what we haven't learned, what we haven't been able to do, and that's actually say where arts. Howard Gardner is one of the few that really has talked about that creative side of people and the right-left brain and all of that, and he always makes me feel much better about the fact that if we could get everybody to understand what those people that do use the creative side of their brain and have what he calls emotional intelligence, but the intelligence that is different from the intelligence that is, for business and for numbers and for things that aren't spatially or are architecturally created. We could convince a lot of people to support the arts, but it's very hard. As you mentioned, people ask me all the time, how many artists do you get out of studio in the school? Yeah. They want to know how many artists. I want to tell them, look, it's not the artists that we get, it's the fact that we get these kids and their parents and their community, the teachers, to really understand that a creative mind can do so much even in business.